Hey there guys, CrossFlux here, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. In the last episode, we explored the Lightning Field and met with Raikou, who helped us to get one step closer to meeting the Mirage Pokemon. In today's episode, we'll be taking a short break from the story to tackle another optional dungeon, specifically the Grand Sea. As the name would suggest, it's filled with water types, so be sure to bring a team filled with electric, grass, and water types of your own. And I've done this exactly myself. I've decided to have Tesla lead the team this time, just to mix it up a little bit. As for items, it's the standard fare. You'll want to be sure to bring the dive HM with you though, unless one of your party members knows the dive move, because obviously you need dive to access this dungeon. But enough kind of pre-dungeon talk, let's just get on with it, shall we? So, the Grand Sea is 30 floors long and has a layout very similar to the Stormy Sea, if you remember what that was like. The later floors will have a lot of long, one-way paths that lead to dead ends, so you'll find yourself backtracking a lot on each floor, unless you're lucky enough to choose the correct path. The major threats in this dungeon would have to be the Tentacool line. This is because they can both poison and confuse you, and keep you pinned down with Wrap. Every 5 floors, starting with the 5th floor, so like floor 5, floor 10, floor 15, and so on, Dragonite can appear. This is probably the biggest threat in the dungeon because 1, it's Dragon type, and 2, it has the Dragon Rage attack, which is the highest damaging, fixed damage attack in the game. Honestly, that's about it for threats in this dungeon though. It's really not that bad, especially if you have a team built for it. Finally, I'll talk about the items that can be found here. There's not really anything spectacular for the common found items, but there are 2 rare evolutionary items that are found on specific floors. But unlike most other signature items for dungeons, these 2 items don't require keys to access. You only need a Pokemon that can cross water terrain. So what are these 2 items? Well, on floor 15 you can get the Deep Sea Scale, and on floor 25 you can get the Deep Sea Tooth. Both of these items are used in conjunction with a link cable to evolve Clamperl into one of its 2 possible evolutionary forms. So the main reasons for coming to the Grand Sea is for those items and for recruitment purposes. Get it? Purposes. Anyways, for Red Rescue Team players only, on the 30th floor you can rarely encounter Mantine. So, sorry Blue Rescue Team players, but to be fair, you have your own exclusive Pokemon. I'll do my best to recruit one on screen for you, since it's a nifty find, but if I can't find one, then oh well. I'll probably have to make room to fit it though, since it's a size 2 Pokemon. So, I'll need to send a team member home. Probably Dodson, but don't tell him I said that. But, alright, enough talking your ears off, guys. I think that's about all I need to say about this dungeon, so let the speed up commence. Whew, what an exciting finale to that dungeon. Can't believe that Cedra stayed asleep throughout all that fighting though. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed today's episode. As always, have a blessed day, and I will see you in the next one. Greetings and welcome back to CrossFlux News. All the news fit to make you say, meh. Moving on to our first story, we will be visiting CrossFlux down in the field. Thank you, Chet. Our first story for the day is, actually CrossFlux, that's CrossFlux to you. Right, anyways, our first story of the day is, Poll, Top 2 Items. In a nationwide survey involving rescue teams, the most popular item was found to be Graveler Rocks. I know that I make use of them as much as I can. According to Pseudo-Wudo of Team Fakers, it lets you attack from far away. It's invaluable. The next most popular item were Oranberries. Apparently nothing else was said about why Oranberries were popular. Maybe that's because no one cares? Could be, Chet. Could be. Remember that respect is key, CrossFlux. I'll not remind you again to use my full name. Right. Moving on to our next story. The 7 Wonders of Pokémon. The mysterious feet of Diglett. The inside of Fortress's shell. The intelligence of Girafarig's tail. Arbok's variety of patterns. We await submissions from readers on other Pokémon mysteries. Ooh! How about what's under Tangela's vines? Or better yet, what about some of the Pokémon in the square? Like, who is Bellsprout's secret crush? Or, how does Lombre style his lily pad so well? These are the questions that we should be getting answers to! Who knew you were such a gossip, Chet? Flux. Very good. Now, how about you just announce our top story for the day? Oh yes, I nearly forgot. Our top story is Secrets of the Gummy. Research has revealed that popular gummy treats not only enhance intelligence, but they also have different effects depending on the type. Remember kids, dessert is healthy. Share gummies with your friends and get smarter for your adventures. In dungeons, throw them at your friends. Use them in friend areas and... actually it seems that more research has been compiled. Eating gummies in friend areas will have a chance to raise the consumer stats. Although this is certainly handy info, I still want to know who Lombre's hairstylist is. Anyways, that's all for today's broadcast. This has been CrossFlux News, and thanks for tuning in.